Bahrain qualifying is nearly upon us and the drivers look as if they're all geared up to go. I expect we'll be getting underway very shortly. Now then, Anthony Davidson, you're not getting any younger, but you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure, it's more about how you approach the risk and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction. And over the course of a lap, it's easy to get that balance wrong. And that's why achieving the perfect lap is almost impossible. As you say, I've been doing this 30 years now, and it never gets any easier.
excellent lap. We're really pleased.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but
All right, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
the curtain rises once more then on the desert stage of Sakir as the players take their places for the opening act. Will they enthrall us like they did in 2014 with that titanic battle between Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton? Well, we'll find out shortly as we get underway here in Bahrain. We go racing today around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit, with 15 corners and 2 good passing opportunities into turns 1 and 4. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left tyre into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. Joining us today to oversee all the thrills and spills, it's Anthony Davidson. And great to see you. How are you feeling about the race today, and how are the circuit conditions from what you've seen?
Well, it's looking a bit cold out there, if I'm honest. These tyres have quite a narrow operating window in terms of the temperatures they need to extract the best grip. So with a cold track surface, it's going to be harder to keep those temperatures up, which will lead to lower grip and maybe more mistakes.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Leclerc, Mir and Verstappen, Butler, Raikkonen, Magnussen and Sergio Perez, Weber, Stroll, Lando Norris and Hulkenberg, Kvyat, Gasly, Daniel Ricciardo and George Russell. Giovinazzi and Robert Kubica takes the last spot on the grid, and with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish. To your wing. Yep. Okay, we can take you this lap. Check your MFD for a new strategy. Are you all right? box, we're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. Okay, box, we're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. Illegal maneuver, cede that position or we'll receive a penalty. Right, come in at the end of this lap. Medium tyres at the next stop. Exit now. You'll be racing as you leave the pits. Complete. Go now. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Caution. Someone's come off ahead of you. There's a yellow flag ahead. Green flag. Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available. That's 12.3 seconds. There's 12 laps of fuel remaining. That's a new fastest lap for the race. Some information on Ricardo. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow. should be good on tyres for a while. The wear doesn't seem too bad at the moment. Just take care when you load them up. Gap to car in front is 2.0 seconds. Some information on Vettel. It looks like the problem is terminal. They're retiring the car. Kevin is in for his stop. Has boxed for the mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre. Yellow flag. Okay, gap ahead is 2.9 seconds. Behind is running with a lot of damage to its front wing. Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please. laps of fuel remaining. The gap behind us is 8.1 seconds. Nice move. Good job. Okay, box. There's 4 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, you need to give that position back. That was an illegal overtake. Teammate ahead is 10.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. The time last lap was a 1 minute 41.0. laps of fuel remaining. Track is clear. Green flag. Our gap to the car in front is 6.2 seconds. Hamilton has the lead. There's only one lap of fuel remaining.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today. They should be proud. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, you know what they say, to finish first you have to finish. And that fact was clear today, with lots of retirements having a big effect on the outcome of the race. As a driver, you tend to keep reliability concerns to the back of your mind and just focus on what's in front of you. But for the teams, races like this can be very stressful.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. So let's review the updated drivers' standings. Charles Leclerc, currently leading the championship standings, extends his lead even further with this result. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
But there's no question in my mind, it has to go to George Russell. What a performance. He's got every right to be proud of what he accomplished out there today.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack. There was also a strong showing from the Mercedes team today as they make their way up the standings. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret? It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it? How do you think Devon will react to having not been able to finish today's race? You had a close battle today, didn't you? Great. Well, that's everything.
Welcome to Shanghai, China, for what I've no doubt is going to be a fantastic F1 qualifying session. This is a track that tends to ask quite a lot of the tyres, both front and rear. So is it fair to say a great deal of management will be needed in order to do well here?
Tyre wear is always something you have to consider to a certain degree. Finding a good car balance that suits the circuit will help prolong the life of the tyre, but it's true that some circuits, such as this one, are more challenging than others. How hard you can push them depends on your strategy and how tight the battle is around you.
Fantastic. You've got pole.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves of our top three: Mir, Bottas and Lewis Hamilton. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it.
It's been a great qualifying session for you. Are you going to carry that momentum?
It's the start of the season. How do you think things are going to go for you? Great. Well, that's everything.
All right, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. We're here in the Yangtze River Delta today, home of the 16 corners that make up the Shanghai International Circuit. 54% of this 3.3-mile lap is taken at full throttle, and we'll be getting up to speeds of around 200 miles an hour, with DRS assisting the cars down the back straight before they brake into the sharp hairpin at turn 14. And it's an absolute pleasure to be joined once again by Anthony Davidson. So, let's briefly discuss Lewis Hamilton. As ever, the threat of unreliability is never far away, and indeed they'll be starting out of position today due to a power unit component change. So it's going to be a difficult task to move forward from there.
Everyone has to deal with penalties or reliability issues from time to time throughout their career. You just have to suck up the pain and get on with the job at hand. Today isn't about performing a miracle to put the car back where it should be. It's about effective damage limitation.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Mia lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Leclerc, Max Verstappen, and Faber, Butler, Magnussen, Norris and Kimi Raikkonen, Hülkenberg, Gasly, Lewis Hamilton. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Perez, Stroll, Kvyat, Daniel Ricciardo and Antonio Giovinazzi. Russell and Robert Kubica takes the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
You've done well to put it on pole, but we've still got work to do. Trying to cover the inside line off the start. Box, we're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. 7 is in the pits. Exit now. We're racing on the exit. Go, go, go. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track. Clear. Okay, box. Green flag. That looked bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're alright. Okay, entering lap 3 now. DRS has been enabled. work. That's a new fastest lap for the race. Target is +1. Faster engine modes are available. The gap to the car ahead is 11.5 seconds. Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Car ahead has come in to fit the mediums. Car ahead, now running medium tyres. me know you're okay. Teammate by 10.6 seconds. You made it look easy. Front is 1.8 seconds. Leclerc's in first place. teammate behind is 22.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're in 13th. The time last lap was a 1:50.6. There's 5 laps of fuel remaining. Nice move. Good job. Are you alright? Engine off. Engine off. Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. Williams has significant damage to its front wing and will be losing downforce. Green flag. Of fuel remaining. We're leading our teammate by 20.6 seconds. Okay, gap ahead is 3.1 seconds. This is your final lap of the race. job, you did really well. Super driving.
Ferrari have really pulled it out of the bag today. It's a great win. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection, a shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. So, let's review the drivers' standings. Charles Leclerc, currently leading the championship standings, extends his lead even further with this result. Some amazing talents out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Well, for me it's got to be Lewis Hamilton. The multiple world champion may be the boring choice at this point, but you can't argue that he's a driver deserving of his reputation.
Let's move on to the constructors. Ferrari continued to extend the gap at the top of the table. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improved their position in the championship. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it.
You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team... Do you have any comments about the collisions? You had a bit of contact today. Who was at fault there?
Appreciate your time.
Remember to select a driver that you consider your rival from the rivalry screen on the workstation. Performing well against your rival can earn you respect and better terms when it comes to our contract reviews. Looks like one of your rivals is also going to an upcoming historical event. If you choose to take him on, it might help get your name out there a bit. Here you can see a list of eligible drivers to declare as your rival. The more challenging they are to beat, the more the paddock will respect you for succeeding. Just be aware, you'll lose the same amount of respect if you come off second best, so it may be wise not to be overly ambitious.
If it were me, this is probably what I'd invest in.
Welcome to qualifying in the Republic of Azerbaijan. The teams are making their last-minute adjustments before the lights go green, and the fight for pole position can get underway. Now then, Anthony Davidson, you're not getting any younger, but you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure, it's more about how you approach the risk and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction, and over the course of a lap, it's easy to get that balance wrong, and that's why achieving the perfect lap is almost impossible. As you say, I've been doing this 30 years now, and it never gets any easier.
Excellent lap. We're really pleased.
And with qualifying complete, Let's review our top three today. Mia, Vettel and Lewis Hamilton. With qualifying complete.
All right, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
Good afternoon and welcome to Baku. This was the arena, if you think back to 2017, of one of the most eventful races of modern history, with controversy behind the safety car, last-second overtakes and a historic podium for Williams and for Lance Stroll. So let's find out what lies in store for us this year. It's time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Baku City Circuit then, an unpredictable 3.7-mile track around the streets of the Azerbaijan capital. 20 turns for our drivers to navigate today, including the infamous Turn 8, one of the tightest and most challenging corners of the season. Anthony Davidson also joins me in the commentary box today. Let's talk briefly about Lando Norris. They're still relatively new to a sport which does have a high learning curve and, of course, little tolerance for mistakes.
And this is something that has ended the career of many a young driver, as that leap up to Formula One proves to be too much. But luckily in this case, I'd say they're doing a good, solid job, and the risk the team took in signing them is definitely starting to pay off.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Mia lines up on pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Leclerc, Max Verstappen and Magnussen, Perez, Weber, Hülkenberg and Lance Stroll, Ricciardo, Norris, Kimi Raikkonen and Bottas. They've taken a grid penalty. Gasly, Kvyat, George Russell and Antonio Giovinazzi, Kubica and Devon Butler starts from the back of the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, remember to protect the inside on the run down to turn 1. Make yourself as wide as possible, robust but fair. Wing, damage to your wing. Suggest we box to change it. Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap. A new strategy is available on the MFD. That looked bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're alright. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. What happened? Let me know you're okay. A new strategy is available on the MFD. Are you alright? Engine off, engine off. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Go now. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Nice work, that brings you up a place. incident has been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed. DRS is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone. Currently in P9. The gap is 18.9 seconds. They're on old softs. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 55.6. That's a new fastest lap for the race. Fastest lap of the race so far. Some information on Jovenats. emergency. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car. Devon's currently in P9. The gap is 4.4 seconds. They're on old softs. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:55.2. Is looking really good. You're managing it well. Some information on Butler. They are out of the race. Is in for his stop. Take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage. The car ahead has come in to fit the mediums. Car ahead, now running medium tyres. Okay, tyres still looking good, Nick. Let's keep them that way for as long as we can. laps of fuel remaining. Our gap to the car in front is 3.8 seconds. You're in P5, Verstappen ahead. The gap to the car ahead is 4.2 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Kevin is behind you. The gap to the car behind is 10.9 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. The gap to the leader is 19.8 seconds. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. 4 laps remaining. There's 4 laps of fuel remaining. Fuel target is +1. Faster engine modes are available. behind is 15.2 seconds. Gap to car in front is 9.5 seconds. We've only got 2 laps of fuel left. This is your final lap of the race. Gap ahead is 3.9 seconds. Thank you for all your hard work out there. That was a strong drive and a good finish. Well done.
So Mercedes have won it, and what a great race it was. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today. Let's have a quick look at how the driver's standings have changed. This result narrows the gap between our championship leader and the rest of the standings. Our championship leaders retain their position, but their lead is shrinking. There was also a strong showing from the Mercedes team today as they make their way up the standings. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
No doubt in my mind, I have to give it to Robert Kubica. Everyone else needs to be taking notes, because that was an absolutely textbook performance from him.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it.
Your team must be ecstatic with how you're performing. Seems like your rivalry with Devon is getting rather fierce. Was that inevitable, given your hit? How did you feel when you saw your old rival from F2 have to withdraw from today's race? That was a close finish. How are things with...
Appreciate your time.
It's time for us to renegotiate your contract. Here you can see the current deal. Once negotiations begin, the team will make you an offer. You can accept if you like, but I strongly suggest we push for better terms. From here, we can change the team that we're negotiating with. There's no rule saying you need to stay in the same seat forever. Selecting a team here only affects the negotiation. The actual move won't take place until the following race weekend. They didn't like those terms. Let's try again. Okay, everyone's happy with that proposal and we're locked in. From the next race weekend, you'll officially be racing for a new team, so you'd better start getting ready for the move.
You may have noticed that things are looking a little different around here. You're working for a new team now, meaning you inherit all aspects of their current research and development, but lose any progress you had with your previous team. Be sure to check your emails for a summary of any resource points you've inherited.